What are you giggling at?
Because we can see each other.
Hello!
Hello, and welcome to Magic Myth and Mayhem, a TTRPG podcast with mostly accurate rules and consistent character voices. I'm Alex Jones and Gem with me.
Wow.
Wow.
That was my
was
excitement
fucking
at the
into it.
joke. Like 6
so
weeks of
very
the same joke.
disinterested.
I started it and then I played into it. I was like, by the end, I was like, wow, I really played. Anyway, I'm your host and GM.
What?
And with me are Rowan, Purdy,
What?
Joe.
What?
Or otherwise known as Noen. I was going to say Joan,
Yeah.
Joan,
Rowan, Noan,
Ruddy, and
and
Poe. Rowan,
No,
Noan, and
top.
it's Reddy, Purdy, and Joe, actually.
Purdy.
Oh my god. If the intro is this chaotic,
good
what is the
intro.
fucking session going to be like?
Yeah, well,
Scary.
yes. How are you doing?
I'm actually good this week.
Yeah.
What do you mean this week? Are you not good most weeks?
No.
No. Haven't you been here?
Do you know
I've been
me?
here. Yes!
No,
Just trying
please
to
introduce yourself.
Buoy you up. Lift you up.
Purdy usually starts like laying on the floor going,
I tell you what, let's go around the
One D&D session like that.
let's go around the call, introducing ourselves, say your name and a fun fact about yourself.
Hello, I am Alex, and I like to GM.
Hello, I'm Purdy and I'm real
Hi,
gay.
I'm Alex. Oh. I'm Alex and I'm like to GM.
I've lost all sense of identity.
I mean, all three of you are forgetting something if you're all Alex.
That's true. No, like you are correct that we missed something. And to be fair, I think the explanation will make it quite obvious as to why it was missed. But Joe, you will need to tell us why my dad's not here. Something that's usually said earlier, but your explanation will, of course, explain why that didn't come up earlier.
I mean, I'm excited to talk about it. It's a big opportunity. Mark, of course, is not here. He actually is out on a temporary contract for Disney, which is exciting stuff. You know, he's been doing a lot of networking. Specifically, he's been working with Marvel Studios because they've got a lot in the pipeline right now. Filming has begun on Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars and all that kind of stuff. But most recently, a movie came out, Thunderbolts Asterisk, and without going into too many story spoilers, a whole bunch of the marketing for that movie is being changed because of the asterisk in the title. So posters are being changed, billboards are being changed, and you know, someone's got to do all of that. So that's what Mark's doing. He's traveling around the world changing all the posters for the Thunderbolts movie.
I genuinely thought you were going to say that he was in the Thunderbolts movie as the asterisk.
No, that would have been ages ago.
And I was going to say, I'm only accepting that if I get Mark as a character in Rivals.
There is a character
Mad.
called Mark in Marvel Rivals, yes.
Yep.
It's
No,
spelled different, and it's one personality of many for this one character, but there is a Mark in Marvel Rivals.
I want a specific Mr. Mark.
Mr.
Who-
Mark.
Well, I'm not going to say the last name, am I?
Mr. Ronald Mark.
Well, it's
Mark
well
Markov
documented
said-
that his surname is just a censor bleep.
Exactly.
So you say Mr.
Yeah.
because the name is
Mark.
exactly.
Okay, so I want Mr. Bleep.
Who the fuck's Mr. Bleep?
Mr.
You heard me say the right name. You're the one that bleeped it.
But I said Mr.
So he's not going to bleep that. We're going to hear you say Mr. Bleep.
Wait, can you replace
He's
all of
got
the real names that we've used so far with bleep?
Yeah, they all are. But I said Mr. Bleep.
I'm just going to say one thing here now, listeners. Alex has a fucking soundboard made up of mine and Rowan's voices saying all sorts of shit. So you don't actually know if I'm saying this right now or if it's part of the soundboard.
He's just going to cut that out.
It would be crazy to have that in the soundboard.
The listeners will never hear that.
Or Mr.
All right, we have a recap.
Would-
I'll leave that in. Oh shit. What? We have a problem. What is it? Some goddess thought it a good idea to warp reality. Not the worst thing. Normally, no. In this case, they've warped the flow of time. Shit. Yep. Go on then. Tell me the story. Alright. Looks like we're focused on a group of adventurers, or pirates. You know, mortals doing adventuring shit that other mortals don't think is being done correctly, or something. Okay. It looks like they had just come out of a temple to Armishan? Armishan? He still exists? Kind of. I see. Well, it looks like they embarked on a 5-day trip to a town called Ithrin on the coast of southern Floari, and it took them 2 days. What next? Well, it doesn't look too off from then. They went into the town to resupply and found a bunch of spirals drawn all over the town. Upon investigation, they found that kids had been acting all weird, having the same nightmare, spacing out, general possession type of stuff. It seemed there was already an adventurer there who had gone missing, so they pretended to be adventurers coming to find him and traced their steps. Went to some people called the Path Wardens and got some information that the other adventurer had gone to the local church. Okay. On the way back to town, they saw a lady crying over a dead child. Yeesh. Do we know what caused it? Oh, it's a fiend. Looks like it's called... Oh, it's one of those where if I say the name out loud, you'll see terrors beyond your comprehension and blah 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 blah. Okay, sure. Well, they went to the church? Yeah, a quick skip past the town hall and speaking to the deputy mayor who asked them to get on with it, and then to the church where the dwarf inside directed them to the crypts. Looks like they went inside and... the other adventurer was killed trying to steal an ancient gem. That old chestnut. Yep. And yeah, looks like they found some notes that were burned up and think they need to dig something up from under the big tree in the center of town. The Veilbark. Well, that all seems by the book. Keep an eye and see if any more reality warping happens. Will do. Stunned silence.
You at that point you normally go, so
Yeah, but I'm usually interrupted. Oh, do I need to start talking to be interrupted again?
Oh wait, no, Purdy and I are both Alex now. Purdy and I are both Alex now. So let's do it at the same time now. So we begin.
So we start with you in the crypts, having just watched your captain disappear from reality or something along those lines into the corner, to which your reaction was reasonably, since it is the second time. Yeah, for goodness sake.
Here we fucking go again.
You did have a notebook that is burned that told you some information that you were generally working out, a lot of gold, and a paldrone just sort of sitting there. I don't know if you're planning to take that with you, but it has a damaged back panel. Not that you'd managed to look into that particularly yet.
How much gold did you say we got?
It was 4,500 gold pieces. And to remind you, the room that you're currently in is short, and on one side has sort of like plates, stone plates on the wall that obviously have inside of them bodies, and you are over on the other side, which has 2 sarcophagi. One was opened, and that's where you found the dead body of Scorn, the other adventurer that had supposedly been helping the town, though there are implications that they, in fact, were not planning to help, or at least they were going to pretend to help, having potentially caused a problem. That is the assumption you made from the notes that you found. So what is the plan?
Time to go talk to that rock that raised you then, I suppose. Not much else to do here.
I mean, we do need to dig the thing up from under the tree.
Oh, right, yeah, I suppose we could do that. Should we, worry about where the captain went? Because he kind of followed a ghost into a wall and then we haven't seen him.
Do we ever worry about where he goes?
I mean, I do, but that's because I'm a responsible first mate. It's my responsibility as the bosun as well. And also, he might be injured, so I suppose that counts me in as ship's doctor. So yes, I spent quite a lot of time worrying about him, actually.
My responsibility is to navigate, and then I navigate the opposite way to where he went.
Yeah, but we're not on the ship, though.
I'm navigating this way.
You're not really navigating.
We're in a hole.
I'm walking off.
We're in a hole. Where are you going?
Just to specify, she's in the other part because didn't want to go through that thin gap. So, how do you get out?
Ladle of flying up the hole.
Fair enough. It's a little awkward, but you know.
Don't put that up there. I didn't ask. I didn't give you permission for that.
How else are you gonna write it?
Oh.
Oh no.
Did we get the gem?
I can't remember. I don't believe so. No, yes, in fact, no. You were going to, but then you looked through his pack and stuff. So I think the gem is still sitting inside of the sarcophagi. You did go over and collect the gem that was once Olive, I believe it was, you sent over.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You were concerned it was going to blow up again, I think.
We were going to mage hand it, but Mark is the one with mage hand.
Yeah, you have to this point realized that poking it doesn't necessarily do anything, but grabbing it in any way did seem to set off explository reactions.
I will reach into my grey bag of tricks.
Okay.
And pull out a furry object from the bag and throw it next to the gem.
Okay.
I am going to back it the fuck away.
It's a panther.
Okay. So you throw out this little fuzzy ball onto the ground that just appears into a large panther.
I choose you.
Panther chew. And it just sort of plonks, looks around a little bit. How autonomous is it? I assume it's under your control.
It does what I say.
And it just kind of looks to you.
Making sure again that I am kind of pressed up against the wall outside of the range of a fireball, because I think that's what we pretty much ascertained it was.
Yep. Well, you'd already worked out the place. The whole thing is about, I believe it was 10 on one side, 10 on the other, so 25 feet wide. So standing at one end, you are just out of the range of the fireball.
Panther Chew, would you mind picking up that gem in your mouth, please?
Sure. It goes over, grabs onto the gem with its mouth, and then plonks down, just holding the gem in its mouth.
Great. Right, well now then. If you sense in any way that it's about to blow up, like, I guess run away from us and away from any other, like, living creatures, and preferably avoid buildings as well, or anything particularly flammable, just, for the future.
Okay, I'm going to open my bag of holding and say, haven't put it in the bag.
All right, stick it in the bag.
I love this idea. He drops it in the bag and there's just this. Oh no. No, just plops it into the bag. Yep. You could put name it as you wish, just make it referential to this sarcophagus if you want, but it's just a gem.
Fireball bomb gem.
Yeah, if you wish to. You don't know what it's worth, whether it is still dangerous, but it exists.
Well, I'm having ideas of ways maybe I can use it. Which I'm sure will go very well.
Of course.
I didn't think that this panther lasted that these things lasted as long as they do, but this is just around until the next dawn or it dies.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we just have a panther around now. Let me
or is it stuck in this hole?
Let me just grab a it can jump.
Yeah, I mean, it's 5 foot, or maybe 5 or 6.
Panthers
foot
climb,
up,
right?
So I think it could probably actually scramble it
mantle,
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, Purdy, don't forget you have a coin that.
Don't worry, I haven't forgotten.
Panthers have a 50-foot climb speed. However, they are medium, so I can't use it as a mount, but you can.
I can, yeah. But I have my hoverboard, so I'm gonna.
Sorry, 50-foot regular speed, 40-foot climb speed.
How long did it take them to do all this shiz?
That has taken about 12 seconds.
Yeah, as long as this conversation
actions.
went on, minus the talking about rules.
Okay, and how long will it take them to get out?
To get out, about 3 seconds. You'd have wandered over and gone up, and then you're out.
You're thinking about this as if you care what we think when you do things.
No, I'm just wondering whether she would have got the coin out and flipped it yet.
If she got bored
been
that
over
quickly.
10 seconds. I mean...
Yeah, I know, that's why I'm trying to work out whether she get that bored that quickly.
Holy, you are
I mean, I wouldn't be
right
surprised, but don't think she would have yet.
Okay.
now.
Righty. I mean, yeah, fine, you wait outside. Are you guys just leaving at that point, or is there anything else in here that you wanted to do? You have searched the body. You have not opened the other sarcophagus.
I'll have a press on the wall where the captain disappeared.
It's solid. There doesn't, at least on the initial check, appear to be anything odd about that corner.
I'll just, say it to the wall. Captain, we don't really have a means of following you. I'm assuming you've done that thing where you kind of go sort of to a different level of existence, but we can't follow you. So we're just gonna carry on, I think, and assume that you'll catch up since you know roughly where it is that we're going to. It'd be great if you could tell me that you can hear me, but if not, I'll try and keep everyone alive until you're back. I miss you.
There's no response from the wall.
Despite Rowan's desire to open the other sarcophagus, I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave the hole.
You don't want me to open that for you? I can. It's no problem.
Well, if you prompt me.
I can do it.
Mm.
It's just a bit unlike you to leave a stone literally unturned.
Yeah. But the exploding gem came out of the other one, and I don't know what's going to happen if we leave Niffy alone for too long.
I should probably just flip that coin a bunch. But, you know, the only thing we could do to stop her from doing that, even if we were with her, would be to remove the coin. And she'd probably try to, you know, shove it up your arsehole or something during the process. Although that would temporarily remove the coin from her, so it could be something that you consider.
Go ahead, open the sarcophagus. Go ahead. Yeah.
All right, then. I will brace myself and attempt to push the lid.
Give me an athletics.
16.
Yay!
It is heavier than you expected, to be honest. But you do manage to at least open it. Oh.
I think I have a crowbar somewhere. I'll use that as well. Yes, I have a crowbar. I will use that to aid me. Using a crowbar gives you advantage on strength checks where the crowbar's leverage can be applied. Can the crowbar's leverage be applied?
It's an athletics check, not strength check. Yeah, that's fine.
That is a strength check.
Can the crowbar be used for like the one main thing that it does?
One extra.
17.
So, 17.
Yeah, I mean, you get it mostly open. It's kind of, it doesn't fall off the other side, but it's slightly rotated so you can look inside. And it's a very similar sight to the other sarcophagus, in that there is a old and decayed body that was obviously once wrapped in vines, and you can see that placed on the chest is another gem. This one is blue.
I did it, everyone. I used a piece of starting adventuring gear that it was not a torch.
We're proud of you.
I think that is the first time in all of Jellian history that has been done.
Damn.
I'm
not even sure why I'm carrying around rations and a water skin, but I've got them in case someone needs them.
No, we have used rations before.
Yeah, well, there you go. Oh, there's like another shiny rock here if you want it.
I do.
It's blue.
So we think that one's going to explode in like blue fire?
I mean, what color is lightning?
Blue. Purple.
So I guess could be that.
Purple.
I mean, the color is likely inconsequential.
Mm.
Should we like press ourselves up against the wall again, or like a bit further away in the other room, and then I'll tell Panther to, Yeah. All right, let's do that.
You press up against the wall. Panther goes over, grabs it in his mouth.
We're going to the other thing, so that we're totally away.
And this time there is this explosion of lightning comes out from the gem. I guess yes, the Panther will make a dexterity saving throw.
It has +3. 5. Fitting as it's in its mouth.
Yeah, I was gonna say 42.
Cool.
Lightning damage.
Disappears. It has vanished.
Just its face just explodes with lightning, and then I assume it transforms back into into nothingness because it
just vanishes.
Yeah.
Well,
all right, Panther Chew, do some kind of loud growl or something if you're still holding the gem.
The gem is in the sarcophagus.
Yeah, but we went to the other bit so that we couldn't. Yeah. All right, well, shall I try again? Do the same thing. Make sure it's not going to go off a second time.
Let me give something a try, and I will cast Unseen Servant.
I mean, nothing much happens. I like to imagine that your Unseen Servant is one of those where you cast it, but there is no noise or effect, so you're like, I think it worked.
I've only done this in closer proximity before.
I mean, hurry up, mate. We haven't got all day.
Yeah. Jeeves, go get that gem for us.
Should I? Am I Jeeves now?
No. Jeeves is invisible.
It wanders on over. You see, well, you hear, actually, yeah, you'd see ever so slight little footprints just in the dust on the ground, and then there's this. I'm assuming, can it make a dexterity saving throw? I assume not really.
No.
And how much health does it have?
1.
Oh, it disappears.
Yeah.
Did something happen?
You see the outline of like a humanoid figure with the lightning, and then it's gone.
Do you want me to try again?
Yeah.
Shuffle back in. I will.
Maybe they have 3 charges. Maybe that's
throw out another thing.
Or 2.
Panther Chew comes back.
A second panther appears.
Be like, oh hi.
This one's got like lightning scars down its face. No, I'm kidding.
I'm gonna like go around here, and once I've done that, if you wouldn't mind picking up that there gem, that'd be great. All right, bye.
It wanders over and picks up the gem, which leads you to one of 2 conclusions: either it has 2 charges, or panthers are immune to these gems.
But
Yeah,
the
the
other
first
panther,
one wasn't.
is that the joke?
It was just like a little joke because it picked up both gems, but yeah.
In the bag, please.
Okay, I'll do that.
You now have a blue gem.
Wonderful. And I just need to get them out of there before tomorrow.
What's this in here?
Can I flip my coin, please?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's now been like a couple minutes.
Yep.
Wonderful. You flippeth the coineth, and as always, you get to roll a D1000.
Got 565.
565. Let me scroll down this massive list.
A fireball goes off up on the upside of town and caves us in.
That would just be our luck.
There's like a glow around you. It comes from the coin, kind of like lasers over to you, and you see yourself glowing for a little bit. 30 seconds in total. You're just glowing like a vague, lightish blue.
This will not satisfy the Niffy.
And then after those 30 seconds, it goes away.
That's fucking shit.
Just disappears.
Coin back in my pocket.
Yep.
Oh.
You have no idea what it did. You didn't feel any different. Righty. You have 2 gems. Anything else you would like to do? Or are you in fact leaving?
Leaving. Goodbye.
Okay. You squeeze your way through. Well, I mean, Festo finds it much easier.
Yes.
I imagine... Well, I mean...
I'll just climb out.
Oh no, you need to get through the thin bit first.
Yeah, that was no problem last time.
You know, you didn't actually mention going through it, hilariously, because you were in one bit and then you were just talking to them in the other half. You didn't.
Yeah, no, Joe did.
There was
no
going in.
I went and picked something up.
No, I know, but so what happened was you said, "Oh, I'm just going to go pick that up," but there wasn't like I'm moving from one chamber to the second chamber, so we didn't have you interacting with the small gap that you had to slide through. You were just like, "I'm going to pick that up." I know. It doesn't make any difference.
Okay.
It doesn't make any difference. It was quite funny that you were just there, and I was like, oh, okay. But what I was going to say is, I feel as though you could squidge through and scratch up your armor, or meticulously take off the armor, squeeze through easily with all your pieces of armor, and then put your armor back on the other side.
I'll just scratch it up because I can fix it.
Yeah, that's a boring option. And then you get outside, and you
Also
see...
not the option I was expecting from.
You see Niffy standing there, probably tapping her foot.
You guys done yet?
Yeah, we got 2 gems.
Kind of expected you to have turned into some kind of half-formed otherworldly creature by now, if I'm being honest.
Why the fuck would I do that?
That weird coiny thing you've got?
Oh yeah, that shit.
Where'd you get those chips, Ozzy?
I'm just crunching on something I found in that sarcophagus.
That's concerning.
I literally gave you all a load of rations before we left.
I don't really eat, but sometimes it's nice to just kind of chew and crunch something.
Fucking weirdos.
Alright, we should go probably stop this demon from appearing in town, huh?
Yeah.
Devil, demon, Alright, under the tree, let's go destroy their sacred site.
What are we telling that guy?
Which one?
Who lives in there?
There's someone that lives in the tree?
Like the deacon, priesty man? No, he lives in the building.
Nothing.
Alright then, because he's probably not going to be very happy.
Yeah, well, I'll be happy when the demon stops showing up.
All right.
Cool. It is, I would say, probably about early afternoon at this point. So there are people around, but you wander over to the Veilbark, which very yes.
I remembered another thing that was in that hole. I do want to take the Paldron.
Yeah, sure. You can take that with you. It is powered down. These things don't really have an off switch on purpose, so that no one can do anything to them. But you assume it's just damaged.
Yeah. That's
so
parts for later.
Exactly. It could be for parts. You potentially could get some information out of it. You don't really know, but you have it. But yes, the tree, this gigantic tree that in itself is very pretty. No, I don't think I described how it looked previously. It's very oak-like in its appearance, much taller, obviously, much wider. This gigantic thing. It's got very intricate bark patterns all along it, which feel more like years of aging, maybe thousands of years. Who knows? This is a very, very old tree. The canopy up at the top is very luscious green. Lots of smaller branches coming lower down. But other than that, it is fairly uninteresting to the average person. Down at the base of the Veilbark, there is stones. There are, little carvings and things, woodworking things that have been placed at the bottom. Supposedly, from what you've learnt, little trinkets and such to Silvermus for people's individual reasons. You don't know if it's prayers or if it's just blessings or whatever, but they're around. And that's about it. There's some people around. They can see you. No one's paying much attention to you other than the average wave, as has been happening.
What did the notes say again? They're actually in chat still, aren't they?
It says, easy job, won't take long at all. First, flames. Feist to flames. To become a what? Flames. Then go to Ithrin and flames. Under the flames arc. Will be hard to be noticed since unnoticed since it's sacred flames. Flames will enter flames the flames and make sure that we are asked to deal with the pro flames. Need to pretend to be unflame as are so not to raise suspicion. Whilst they loot the flames, might as well make some mun flames. After a bit, go to flames, ig up the flames, get paid easy work. I hope that was clear for everyone.
Flames.
Yeah, very clear. Flames.
Flamey-o, Hotman.
Can I investigate or perceive the area for recently disturbed soil?
Just give me an investigation.
Actually, how long has it been? It's been like a month, hasn't it?
Since
the start of this stuff.
Oh yes, for the problem. Yeah.
No, then I'll do it anyway. I don't think I'm going to find anything if it's been that long.
I can always try my amateur soothsaying.
15.
You have a little look around the base of the tree, and though your hopes are not high to find anything, there's only one thing that is of note, but whether it is of what you're looking for is to your own interpretation. There's patches of grass around the base, evidently from, just like the soil and stuff that the trunk itself goes into. On one side of the tree, as we said, there are these stones and offerings and things, and on the opposite side to that, there is just a rather more short and more freshly grown patch of grass. The rest of it's fairly long and wild. It seems no one cuts it, perhaps on purpose. There is a much shorter part of grass, not cut. It has not been trimmed with scissors or anything. The grass is just much younger.
Okay. I think it's probably over here. I'm just gonna get to it. If y'all can calm people down if they start getting pissy or something, that could be helpful.
Would you like me to ask Fate and Destiny if it would be better for us to dig here?
Sure, why not?
Okay. I will sit down.
Who the fuck are Faith and Destiny?
They're two strippers, but that's not important right now.
God, no.
I will sit down. I will assume the best approximation of the lotus pose that I can as a skeleton in heavy armor with not a fantastic degree of flexibility.
Well, I mean, you say that, but like, there's nothing to stop your sockets from rotating. So I feel like you could just sit down and then grab your leg, and just lift it because it would just
that's
rotate
true.
in the ball socket.
So I guess with an unnerving degree of flexibility, I will assume the lotus pose, and instead of like going with like vocal cords and things, instead just kind of a low hum will like emanate from me, where it's kind of humming mixed with the sounds of bones grating together, like the bones in the sockets that I've just moved haven't actually stopped rotating. So the course of action, Alex, that I propose is digging a hole in that spot that Pesto has pointed out, like now-ish. So you then tell me wheel if it will be a good result, woe if it will be a bad result, wheel and woe if it will be a good and bad result, or indifference if it is neither good nor bad.
Just generally, are you asking what will happen to you, or just in general?
It doesn't. So I receive an omen about a course of action. So
Okay.
if we do that, the results will be good and bad, or neither good nor bad.
Indifferent.
I don't think it's there, buddy. The universe seems pretty indifferent about that patch of grass.
How about we don't listen to the universe and we just dig it anyway? What's the worst we do? Find a dead animal?
No, the worst is that the town tries to murder us for digging up their sacred thing, and they don't let us then try and dig another one, and we have to kill all of them.
I don't think that would.
Oh, no, I suppose the worst would be that we all die as well.
I think dig it anyway.
Look, you've upset him now. Pesto's just wandered off.
Why? Because I said dig it anyway.
It's very offensive to rocks.
Yeah. The intonation that you used is actually a slur in pescatarian or whatever their race is.
Pescatarian.
Yep.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't speak all languages.
I was going to take some time to cast detect magic because maybe it's just like one of these figures here that's just like looks like a normal offering.
Wonderful. You'll have done that at the same. Are you casting or are you ritually casting?
I have to ritually cast it.
Wonderful. Then you'd ritually cast at the same time as the grinding bones find out an omen. Detect magic. Things get stopped by lead, don't they? But how far can you see through normal?
It is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
So if it's only under 2 feet of dirt.
Yeah, then you'd see a vague glow coming from under the soil in that spot. You can ask me of what? Conjuration.
Conjuring a demon here, perhaps.
Oh my god, they're conjuring. About how far down does it look to be?
You can't really tell. Less than 3 feet because it's dirt.
Sure. All right, my eyes will glow. I'll blink again. It'll disappear, and I will pull out my all-purpose tool and shake it real hard, and it'll turn into a shovel.
Surely a trowel. You're too small for a shovel.
Probably. Well, a trowel to anybody else, perhaps.
It's like one of those spades that kids take to the beach.
Yeah. Except like made of metal and magic. And I'll just, well, here I go.
Start digging.
Oh, here I go digging again.
You certainly get some strange looks, but your powder and hovering around, I guess, alleviates that to some degree. It's a little bit of a workout as you get through the first couple of layers, and this glow gets, easier to see as you get deeper, and about not very far down, 1.5 feet maybe. So the height of Pesto. There's just a little stone, a flat stone. I mean, there have been other little jagged rocks and things. There's a very flat and smooth, ovular stone with a spiral on its face.
I'll get it out of there and throw it.
Wonderful.
Over to
Give me a Constitution save throw.
Cool, got it. 17.
17.
I am immune to Charm Frighten, and if it's poison, I have saves against it.
Cool. You take 17 psychic damage and immediately drop the stone, having touched it. The rest of you see Pesto try to pick this up, go, ow! And then Pesto in your brain there is this flash of that monster that has been described by the children's in the children's dreams in your mind. This horrid, grotesque, spirally face of some kind of fiendish, demonic figure. And obviously the stone falls back into that little hole.
That's one ugly motherfucker. Oh, God.
You doing all right there, buddy?
No. It's protecting the stone.
What's protecting the stone?
The creature that everyone's seeing. Ow.
Are you seeing things again, Pesto?
You want to see the same thing? Go ahead and grab it.
I would be interested to see what kind of enemy we might be having to kill.
Fuck it, yeah. She'll just pick it up and grab it.
You go and try to grab it. Give me a constitution save.
18.
You take 20 psychic damage. You see this flash of this image in your brain. Your brain hurts quite a lot, and you drop the stone back in the hole.
Ow, fuck, why did you make me do that?
I'm not going to be gaslit like this. You want to join the pain train, Ozzy?
I mean, I might get Panther Chew to do it first.
Fair. I was going to try to summon Jeeves again.
Panther Chew, do you want to just go and like pick up that rock for me? It worked, a couple of times.
A couple of times. Rude.
Yeah, walks over, picks it up in its mouth. Does it have? It has the stats for a constitution save, right?
Yeah. 2.
It takes 19 psychic damage. Lets out like a roar and explodes into a puff of magic. And drops the stone, obviously.
Oh, it's a bit rough.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I suppose I can have a go. Wait, do I have...
You don't have to. I mean, I feel like it's been pretty, tried and true proven that it hurts like a motherfucker.
I mean, hang on, I might have something for this. Be here with me?
Well, fine, let's just let him try it. What could go wrong?
Oh, bad headache.
I suppose I do have some dogs that I could try and get to pick
Throw
it up.
animals at it until it works.
I am going to take one of my empty pouches.
Uh-huh. Are you going to dog poop?
Yes, I'm going to turn it inside out and put my hand in it.
Give me a constitution
And then
saving
use
throw.
that to pick it up. Do I get any kind of advantage because
No.
I'm not touching it?
Nope.
Boo! That is a 17 plus 6 for 23.
Wonderful. You get a sharp pain still, but you do not take any damage. It does still force you to drop the stone, but you do not see the flash of the creature in your mind.
I mean, that wasn't so bad. So, I don't know why I couldn't put it in the bag, though. It's weird.
It's like imagine like a jolt of energy, not that this is what he feels, but like a jolt of electricity would like automatically draw your hand back. It's that kind of a reaction where you can't really control it. You just jerk back, but you just didn't take the damage.
Can I have my flying hoverboard scoop it out of the hole?
I mean, I understand what you're saying. I'm trying to think of the mechanics of it because it can lift things. It's just trying to like get in the hole and scoop.
Yeah. Just...
Yeah. Now, just for clarification, it is an infusion of yours, isn't it? This is your magic is in the board, right?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Make a Constitution saving throw, please.
You mother. It's at least better. 24.
You get the same kind of like. In fact, actually, I tell you what. You get the same jerking motion, but it's whilst you're controlling the board. So instead of dropping it, it goes. It just lands slightly further away as it's just been like launched by accident by you.
You know what? At least it's out of the fucking hole.
It is. It's now just sitting on the ground nearby. Didn't go particularly far.
Could I use the ladle to try and pick it up?
You're welcome to.
Somewhere on the other side of the world, the guy who made that's gonna go, ah!
I'll try and scoop it up with the ladle.
No. Try and scoop it up. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Because I'm holding it. 19.
19. You get this jerking motion which stops you from picking it up, but you do not take any damage.
Fuck's sake, would this just get in the fucking bag?
I hate this fucking rock. Rocks in this campaign fucking suck, man.
What, you saying that about your parent as well?
I was
then?
going to say, what about your mum?
God damn it. Not like that. She's a gem, not a rock.
Pesto's I mean, the things in the crypt are also gems.
Yeah? That's not what I was talking about. Those are cool. I'm gonna find a way to turn those into weapons. I swear.
Right. So we can't easily transport it. We can't, I'm assuming, dispel it. I could have dispel magic tomorrow, but I don't have it today. And we don't know how many more Kiddlywinks are gonna die in the meantime.
I've got one other thing I can try.
Well, my suggestion is that we attempt to summon said demonic creature and kill it. But I don't know that we necessarily have a way to do that. I could attempt a thing to do that, but it's not guaranteed to work.
Mm,
I'm genuinely
Yeah, I
surprised
don't
at this point Nifty hasn't just got annoyed that she can't pick it up and shot the damn thing, but you know.
No, she doesn't want to damage it.
I did consider
Why?
doing a Gimli, but I didn't want you to break my pickaxe.
And my pickaxe.
Alright, I'm gonna try one more thing. And it's
Have faith in
not gonna-
yourself. Where is your confidence?
it's under 17 hit points of damage.
I didn't know that you could confidence. What does dense taste like once it's been confit?
That's such a reach. Like that, it's such a reach. It's not even in the vein of something reasonable.
It's quite thick and very compact.
Don't fucking
Um,
humor him.
One could call it dense.
Mhm.
What are you trying?
I will once again attempt to pick up the thing, but there is something I would like to do upon touching it or holding it, Alex, before dropping it. If that's all right.
Tell me what it is. I'll say tell you if you can.
I would like to use the spell Command, which I haven't yet renamed. So I shall, on the fly, rename it to...
What would you call like an order on a ship? Is there any specific words for like?
Sail.
I mean, it's just an order, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Could
still
you
an
belay
order.
that order, for example.
Release sails.
There you go.
But
Belay order.
that would be countermanding, that would be stopping an order.
Release the sails.
That is an example of an order. On a
Yep.
ship. I will call it pecking order.
Uh,
I will cast pecking order upon touching the stone.
Okay. You're gonna peg it.
And I shall use the word summon, and we'll see. Well, it says on a creature. I mean, don't know if it is connected to us through things that we're doing. Perhaps it will connect to the creature it is connected to.
I appreciate the logic that you're going with.
I said it probably wouldn't work.
Please make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh yes, I was assuming I would still have to do that. And come on, maths. 22.
Yeah, you get this. You pick it up and start to do this spell to command it, and you still jerk and drop it on the ground, and nothing appears to happen. You do not take any damage though.
Sure. I mean, I don't need to be touching it for the thing to work, but
Either way.
alright, I think I did it.
Rowan, do you want to try your thing that you think won't work?
no. I'm just gonna get hurt.
I can't comment because I don't even know what it is that you want to try.
Following the logic of everything else, it's just gonna hurt.
Cool. Don't do it then. I mean, we found the problem. We can just tell the holy guy. There's your problem. There's your issue. Kill it. we don't have to do it. Yes? No?
I don't like that.
No, we need to take it.
But did you say we need to take it with us?
Yeah.
Where are we taking it to?
Mm.
Back to hell.
We haven't been there yet. We can't go back.
Mm.
I'm gonna start looking for that holy guy.
Yeah, you can wander back over to the church if you want. Presumably the other guys aren't following you. He would be just in the church as before. As you walk in, he's like, "G'day."
All right. I found your problem.
Are we going to be more specific, or?
Yeah, it's a rock.
Right.
Kind of hurts you if you touch it.
Good to know.
It's got that squiggle on it. And it was buried underneath your, tree guy, person, thing.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
You know, you guys worship a tree here, right? No?
We do not worship a tree.
There's like
We
a big
worship
tree in your
Silvermast.
town. It's like a big symbol of your town.
The Veilbark is, it is a part of the town. Many claim it was here before the town. We do put offerings to Silvermast at the base of the tree, but we don't
Right.
pray to a tree.
Yeah. Right, that thing.
Yeah.
It's got a rock. The rock is summoning the demon. we can't kill the rock.
Okay, I'm going to take from context in your absolutely terrible description of what is actually fucking happening here, that you've discovered potentially the source of what's happening with the kids, and there is something,
what I said.
presumably, no you didn't, a rock underneath of the Veilbark that I'm
It's
going to
not
assume
underneath
is
it
in some
anymore.
way defensive. You've dug it up, okay, has some kinds of defensive properties that is stopping you from touching the rock.
Among other things, yeah.
All right, and so you're telling me to...
Well, I thought you might want to help, as it's, your town and your kids that are dying.
I would love to help. I just don't know what you expect me to do.
You don't have any, magic scrolls, or you yourself aren't, able to do something?
No.
Do you have, perhaps, a pair of tongs?
There might be some in the kitchen if you want to grab them, but I don't have any magic.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily matter, just if there is help that you can offer, or perhaps someone in town, maybe you'd be able to go and fetch that charismatic Mr. Mumps fellow, and he'd be able to give us a hand.
I don't... you might have a little misunderstanding of... I would love to help. Do not get me wrong.
Right.
And if there were ways that I believed I could help, I would. But the reason we call adventurers is because, more than anything, I mean, you look as though you could take a blow. I look as though a blow of wind would kill me. There's a difference here. If you're saying that this rock has some kind of demon that defends the rock, most likely it's just going to fucking kill me. And as much as that might be to your amusement or someone else's, I don't see how that's helpful to the situation.
I'm not asking you to fight a demon. I'm saying any kind of practical linear thinking. Like, do you have a bucket that we could try and scoop it up in?
So, okay.
We're talking about practical help.
So what you're saying here is you're adventurers that have been paid to deal with a problem, but you're instead coming to us to come up with a solution for the issue.
I have said that we are adventurers. I did not say that we've been paid.
Well, Scorn was paid and you're in the same guild, so therefore you have been paid. You're a guild that has been paid.
I mean,
you are being paid to be an adventurer.
We can quibble over that later. Do you have a bucket or anything similar that might be of assistance?
So you're not asking for my help, you just want a bucket.
You would be helping by supplying a bucket or similar, or, offering your local knowledge for perhaps you have a legend about a rock underneath the tree. Some cultures have tree legends where there's a big serpent fucking underneath it doing stuff.
You're not the people person of your group, are you?
No, I'm just a singular person, not a we don't have a people person.
You know what, that answer actually
do you know what? I'll take that back. The captain is sometimes multiple people, but not at the same time.
Uh-huh.
So, do you know what? I have misspoken there.
Listen, I don't have a bucket inside the church, but there is a tap around the side that probably just has a bucket under it normally, unless someone's taking it for something.
Right. Bye. Tell your, deputy mayor person, I guess, while we try and sort your fucking problem.
Sure.
I'll go look for that bucket.
You turn around the side, there's just an old wooden bucket. Yeah.
Great.
Underneath the tap. You have a bucket. I feel like it might have been a start rock that you had a bucket. Old wooden bucket.
I'm stealing it. It's mine.
Anything happening over by the tree? While Ozzy does the worst bit of customer service that ever existed.
Listen, I'm playing a character with negative charisma. I'm keeping it real.
It's about to get real fucking weird, okay? I'm sorry. This isn't going to be explained well. I'll do my best.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Taliesin Jaffe.
I'm going to take my immovable dagger. I'm going to set it up at a slope, kind of like that, just along the ground.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to click it in place there. I'm going to take the glass jar I have, put it on top of the stone.
Okay.
And take it over to the dagger and try to, scoop it up along the dagger.
Well, as soon as it touches the glass, make a Constitution saving throw.
Jesus fucking... I take damage.
What did you roll?
13!
Yeah, you take damage. You get this flash of this creature in your mind and take 24 damage.
Sure.
Psychic damage. Ozzy, you come back to see Pesto trying to pick up the stone like a spider with a paper and a piece of glass, and then freak out and just drop the glass on the ground.
Well, if I can see this happening, I will ring the giggle bell.
Sure.
To attempt to give them advantage.
Okay. You get disadvantage, so nothing changes.
Okay.
I tried.
Yeah, as you're trying to pick it up, you hear children giggling, echoing in the distance, as well as this pain in your face. You should see the pain in your face, but you get what I mean.
Ow.
Right, I've got a bucket.
And what are you going to do with said bucket?
I thought I might try and scoop up but more.
Have fun with that.
Sure. I mean, I'll be honest, I was once a human man. Human men love digging holes. It's a trait that has endured. Love digging a hole, man.
Were you envious when Pesto was digging the hole?
Yes.
Are you going to try and dig into
the
dirt of the ground with an old
Yes.
wooden bucket?
Yeah, I'll loosen it up a little bit first, but...
I mean, so it would be quite compact dirt. I'm trying to think which wins between... If I went into my garden with a wooden bucket, would I be able to scoop out some of the earth?
Yeah, give me that fucking shovel-y trowel thing. And I'll go around it.
Okay, so you'll dig like a gap and a hole around it, and then scoop it up. You scoop up, and you have the stone on a piece of soil in a bucket in your hands.
I did it! I knew a bucket was the answer. One thing we were missing, bucket. What did I get? Bucket. Problem solved. Right, are we taking this thing to dump it in the fucking ocean, or like...
Whilst he's yapping on, there's this massive flash of red from on top of the bucket. All of you think you stay exactly where you were. The environment around you changes. You are no longer standing at the base of the Veilbark. You are, in fact, standing in a completely black landscape. It's only interrupted by the distant red glow of rocky mountains in the far distance, but that seems insignificant due to the large, 10 feet tall creature standing before you, with horns, yellow skin melting off its body, and its face a swirling mass of dripping flesh.
The little bitch told me that this wasn't a magical bucket. It's giving me a cursed bucket.
I don't think it was the bucket.
What a wanker. Fucking cursed bucket over here.
I have 18 HP.
Oh, you maybe should have said that when I got back. Wait, what? I actually don't know what your health totals are. That's probably something... No, I shouldn't.
It was 59.
You stand before this creature that stares at you. That stares at you, still hiding slightly behind.
Whoop!
I mean, let's be honest. You know it's coming. Could you
Yeah.
please roll initiative?
Hey
got a
guys,
weird
my next
face.
character is going to be a barbarian.
I don't know that I've ever seen you play a barbarian.
You haven't. I've only done it once during a one-shot.
Initiative, please, Niffy.
7.
Ozzy.
5.
Besto.
14.
Thought you were going to say 4. Would any of you like to change your initiatives? Sniffy, no.
Yeah,
don't
I
make
wanna
it
be
go
natural
higher.
20.
There it is. Would you like to reduce down your initiatives to be in sync with others, or are you leaving them as they are?
I do not want to go anywhere.
Okay. In which case, Pisto, you are first to react. You appear here as your eyes unblur, seeing this creature standing 35 feet away from you. Well, you can see it like through the ribcage of Ozzy, or through his legs. It does not appear to like immediately react with surprise or anything. It just kind of stands there, intimidatingly, potentially glowing. What do you do?
It's just standing there.
Menacingly! I'll start with some tests. I'm going to test some things.
Okay.
I'm going to start by firing a firebolt at him.
Okay.
Let's see if fire does it.
You produce from your glove a fiery ball.
19 to hit.
19 hits. It just impacts in the center.
12 fire damage.
12 damage. It does seem to scorch it a little bit. This melty, weird flesh kind of seals up a little bit in the center. It lets out this weird and horrid kind of a scream, but it's more psychic, echoing inside of your brains, like a distorted broken kind of noise that it's quite disturbing. What else would you like to do on your turn?
But it took fire damage.
It appeared to.
I will release the hounds, and by hounds I mean my toys. So Basil will go. They go 40. So 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 30. And the other two, 5, 10, 15, 20.
And Pixel just charges over to this thing.
5,
It
10,
towers over.
20.
Yeah,
They're
just
coming.
charge.
Oh Lord, they're coming. Basil made it, so they
Mhm.
will attack. So 12 plus 9 is 21. 4 damage. Bludgeoning
Hits.
damage.
Bludgeoning. Does it count as magical?
They do count as.
We did what
magical.
this time before. Yes.
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, it just kind of like punches it in the ankle and kind of gets it.
Yes.
Okay.
That is my turn.
Niffy.
Yo.
Also, Purdy, I would like to remind you that you have a special ammo. You have a bullet of spike growth.
Oh, I forgot about that. If I shoot the spike growth at him, does the spike grow on him or at his feet?
What did we decide? What does it say?
The trigger is on impact.
Yep. So it would be on the ground around his feet, centered on. It would be centered.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not going to waste that. But where the fuck is it? Is it that one? That's still not going to work. It's still too close. Oh my fucking god, why did I choose these fucking... Alright, I'm going to cast... Wait, would that work?
Don't know. You haven't actually said any words that mean anything yet. I'm gonna have to press you to do something.
Why?
Because it's your turn in initiative.
If that's the case, I'm just going to shoot.
All right.
Yay!
Ah.
Done! We love done!
That's the most American thing you've ever said.
Just like the new Pope.
That's 19 to hit.
19 does hit.
11 damage.
11 damage. What kind?
It's
piercing, isn't
yeah,
it?
Piercing.
Is it magical?
And
Yeah, pissing damage.
your gun is magical. Oh yeah, your musket is magical, I believe.
I believe so.
Just now, you just go, oh fuck it, boom, just shoot it through the shoulder.
You can do that again, can't you?
No, you can reload.
No, I can. Yeah.
So it would take an action. It would take an attack action to reload. You have 2 attack actions, so you can fire and reload if you want to.
I did have in my notes randomly on my thing that when I hit a creature, it can't regain hit points until start of my next turn.
Yes, because it's a vicious rifle.
So just
That's
letting
the
you know
magical bit.
Okay. Are you moving or doing anything as a bonus?
Bonus. This is why I like this thing. Ooh, what's that? Fuck that shit.
You
No.
don't want pumpkin here or anything?
No. I don't like. This is my problem. I don't like bringing pumpkin to fight.
You are a Drake Warden?
I know.
Like the main part of your character is that you have a fucking Drake.
I know. I don't like bringing it. Also, I don't think I can do that as a
Bonus?
I can command it on a bonus.
I think you summon it as an action.
Yeah, I summon it as an
That
action.
makes sense. Okie dokie. It's turn.
Sorry, Ray.
It's okay. Joe is overpowered. You are half a character if you don't bring your Drake.
I'm
Warden.
really not, and we're a person down. In terms of Mark, not in terms of Purdy. That's before we get
Wow.
to Purdy.
Wow.
Purdy's only playing half her class. It's fine. It's fine.
No, I'm not. I'm playing all of my class.
Yes, all of the class, none of the subclass.
It's going to make a couple of attacks. It's let's see what the range is.
It's
Very classy, not very
Please
subclassy.
don't start saying Drake. No.
So it's
fight
going
my
to
dragon.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It just like charges forward, just standing directly in front of you, this gigantic creature.
I get an attack of opportunity with my toy.
Yeah.
18.
It just tries to swing as it runs away, unfortunately surprising it. It's going to basically punch, but it's this weird sort of drippy, fleshy hand, so as it swings for what would be a punch, almost like ferrofluid towards a magnet, these drippy bits of flesh kind of attract forwards ahead of the punch, and it hits, well, it tries to hit you, Ozzy. That's
Rowan has a question.
Terrible roll, yes?
What's ferrofluid?
So you know, like the metal liquid that you may see sometimes where people put a magnet next to it and it like makes the spikes. And
Think
such.
of
No,
goo
but I
made of
ima-
iron
I can't-
filings.
I can't imagine a goo.
Yeah,
made of metal, so-
You know what? Think of more how like Venom's goopy stuff moves,
Okay.
like that.
And then remember Venom twerking.
I always.
11 to hit. It like I rolled very poorly. It's an 11 to hit. It just impacts into your armor, smashes off you.
It's okay, Alex. If you attack me, it'll be a nat 20. So at least there's that.
Well, it is going to attack you next.
Good.
Wow. So
But
good.
this is
Lovely.
as it tries to dig into your mind. 17.
Is that an attack roll?
It is an attack roll.
It redirects to me. 17 misses.
Wonderful.
Wait, it's
Does it have to be a melee attack?
a ranged attack roll.
It is magical. Does that make a difference?
What a good question.
In that it is not a projectile.
Maybe. Ranged weapon. So if it is like a cantrip or a spell, then it will not redirect.
Well, so here is the interesting thing. It is not. I'll pull back the curtain a little bit for the discussion. It is not a spell. It is an action. It is an attack, but it is psychic. I will say that because it is not specifically a spell, I will count it as a ranged weapon attack because it's kind of built into itself.
Cool.
So I will say it still transfers over to you.
17 misses.
So therefore, yes. So you start to see this, like, your mind starts to get a little corrupted by the flashing of this face in your mind once again, but it's immediately, you almost feel it pull away from your head. Ozzy, you absorb that and go,
Crikey!
yep.
Another genuine laugh from Rowan.
I don't know if that.
And then, because I'm not going to say your last name, I'm going to say from Rowan Sullivan, because I like the way that it sounds.
Okay.
Ooh, I like the way that sounds.
And then Alex gets to choose whether or not he bleeps that.
Rowan.
Is that going to be your stage name, Ron?
That's just how you're bleeping people from now on. Is with Purdy's bleep from the beginning of the session.
I don't know what you're talking about. Ozzy, it is your turn.
Hello. Am I going on the offense or am I going on the defense? I am going to go on the defense, and so I will cast Enlarge Shield. My shield will kind of get its kind of extra crustacean-y, like barnacles and things. My armor will
Pick a side. You can't stay on defense all the time.
Well, I just don't want to make a decision.
Yeah.
That sounds like me.
So, Enlarge Shield as my action. I'm now concentrating on that. And then, for my bonus action, I will Salve the Soul just at first. No, I'll Salve the Soul at second level on you.
Oh, thank you.
So, you will heal 13 HP.
Wonderful. You see these, like, this green energy filter out from you. You're facing forward, it filters out your butt into Pesto because that's kind of the height you're at.
Okay.
You get tooted on.
Get some diarrhea directly into the mouth.
Not moving anywhere.
Nom 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 nom.
Okay, I think that's me done.
Wonderful. As we go back round to the beginning of initiative, or as it would be, 20, the ground rumbles around you as you feel the earth around you starting to transform and manipulate as this, and I will just draw it in, this jaggedy wall of maybe, I would say about 15 feet appears behind you, of just the earth raising out from the ground, curving around behind you.
The wall behind us, are there like stones that have crumbled off of it as it has risen from the ground or anything like that?
Not in particular, but tell me what it is you're planning on doing as to whether or not
I just
it
want
would
an
make
object to throw at this guy.
I mean, the ground is in itself rocky. There's not like a lot of stones on the ground in general, and the movement was less rocks being forced out of the ground and more the plane being manipulated, like in a nightmare or a dream or something. That being said, I reckon with a description of a rocky plane, I can go along with a small, like, pebble-like object or something being on the ground that you can throw for sure.
I'll Scorching Ray it.
Okay.
26 to hit.
Telling Ozzy to, dodge.
Second one is a natural 20 to hit.
Is Scorching Ray a
third is
beam
also
that hits everything in the way, or is it a? No, it's
the 3 individual laser
yeah.
beams. So that's 2 nat 20s and a 26.
What?
I don't know.
The nat 20s obviously the thing I'm held up on is would that hit Ozzy on the way past? Because is it meant to hit things on the way? It's not.
No.
Okay. In which case, sure. I guess just do ridiculous amounts of damage.
Okay.
Yay!
The first one.
I'll just have to do them back, you know.
The first one does 9 damage.
What type of damage? I presume fire.
This is all fire.
So 9, 12, and
20 for the first natural 20. And again, 20 damage on the second one.
49.
So 49. Yeah. It's pretty good.
Sure.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it scorches into it, singes the skin a little bit as it whizzes past between the two of Niffy and Ozzy. These bursts of flame coming from, I presume, from your wrist-mounted, or from your
yeah, my big gauntlet.
Gauntlet, that's the word.
Then the toys assemble.
Yeah. Surrounding it from behind.
25 for Lem.
It's
That is 24 for Basil. 21 for Pine Nut.
it will hit. You'll get some very high rolls.
Yeah, the dice are being nice to me now. Thank
Yeah,
you.
with 2 natural 20s, so I would
Yeah.
assume so.
8 damage from Lem and Basil, the magical bludgeoning. 8 damage from Pine Nut on their own.
Just attacking it from behind. Again, it seems less than perturbed by you for these things attacking its ankles and or back. Is there anything else you would like to do?
That's all I can do.
Well, you could move, of course, but
Yeah, but my protector is right there.
yeah. Niffy,
So, summon Pumpkin.
wonderful. Where would you like Pumpkin to be?
So there.
Yes, you shake your treats, and even in this, wherever the hell you are, Pumpkin appears, who looks at this thing and growls.
Sick 'em.
Cool. She'll command it to bite them. Yeah, so that is my turn ended, actually.
Okay.
So yeah, then Pumpkin will go in and bite.
Wonderful. Charges on over and tries to bite it in the ankles. Pumpkin is relatively large.
Yeah, probably kneecap. Oh, it depends on how tall this thing is.
10 feet.
Yeah, probably kneecap. 19.
Does hit.
8 piercing and 5 cold damage.
Wonderful. Just chomps in the back. A little bit of frost creeps up the back. That'll be everything for your turn, I assume?
Yep.
Okay, its turn. It is going to, once again, try to smack into Ozzy. Do I get a bit of roll this time? Oh. As though the gods will a return on natural 20s, a natural 20.
Cool. Giggle Bell.
Okay, what are you trying to give it?
Disadvantage.
No.
Okay. It gained advantage, but it was a natural
Cool.
20, so it still is a natural 20.
I can't be crit. Anyway, which I forgot
Okay.
about. So that is I need to minus a d4 from whatever you roll. So
Okay.
minus 3 from whatever the total is.
Wonderful.
I
25.
should have remembered that I can't be crit because then I wouldn't have done the giggle bell. 25 does hit me.
You have the
Wouldn't-
I'm boring
it-
and I don't like to be hit.
It wouldn't have if I had remembered that I couldn't be crit, which is a shame.
Nice. Okay, so it smacks into you. You hear some bones crack as you take 20 bludgeoning damage and then 13 psychic damage.
So it's 33 total.
33 total as it impacts into this wave of force.
Natural 20 to retain my concentration.
Wonderful. Lots of natural 20s being thrown around. It is then going to... Here's the thing. Last time, you stole away. Does it care? No. It's going to try and do its rangy thing at Pesto again, which I assume will get stolen by you, but let me roll it anyway.
Yes.
That is this time a 22.
That becomes 18. You miss.
Wonderful. You once again feel this pull into your brain, but it does not, in fact, do any damage. Okay. We move round to Ozzy.
Okay. I took over half my health there, which is bad. Don't have anything to banish it. Our only option is just to keep hitting it, unfortunately.
Yup.
As far as I can tell. We haven't seen any kind of sign of weakness. of like, hit this thing instead. So I guess I will simply hit it first. So I will Repentant Strike it with me Battle Axe. So that becomes 13. So I will use a Channel Divinity to Guided Strike, so it becomes a 23.
Sure. Very nice.
I will also make it a goading attack. So please can it make a wisdom saving throw?
21.
Do you want that saves? I will use my weapon mastery to try and knock it over. So could I please have a con save
Sure.
for the
No
trip?
point in having all the stuff if you don't use it. 24.
That works.
Works as in it's saved, or works
As in you save, yes.
Yeah.
My apologies. One day these things will all work on the same turn and it'll be a fucking banger.
It'll be crazy.
But these are all lower saves than my normal stuff. Because I can't do everything, unfortunately.
What?
Why
So
not?
I've used the superiority dice. So now I actually need to roll the damage itself. So terrible 5 plus 4, 9 radiant damage.
Okay. Not as high as I expected to be coming out of you, but yes, it takes the
I
damage.
I don't pump out a whole load of damage. You're still looking pretty unhealthy, aren't you, Rowan?
I'm over half now.
You are over half.
Just barely.
Okay. I will salve your soul once again
Yippee. Thank
with my bonus action. So you heal another 9. So that's just the kind of stand-up skeleton I am. And that's my turn.
At the end of your turn, it goes round to Pesto.
Yippee.
Feeling slightly less in pain than you were, still terrified.
How tall is this wall behind me?
15 feet. You can't see how thick it is from where you're standing, but you saw it raising out the ground, so you have a vague idea of what you can see. I'll put on the map.
It's about 5 feet.
Yeah.
5 feet.
A bit thicker in some places than others, but yeah, got a vague idea.
Okay.
My apologies, Alex. I should have done an additional
Yep.
5 radiant damage.
That's fine, it's not too late. Cool.
Sorry, Ryan.
No worries. I will hop on my hoverboard
Okay.
right here. And
I have. Bad news for you.
Yep.
Opportunity attack.
Sure.
I have good news for you.
Yeah.
It was a 9.
Cool.
It just, as you try to get away, just swings at you, and you only just out of the way, just skims across your front.
I do
making
an
your hairs raised. You do an ollie. Yes. Don't you mean you do a kickflip and then a 50-50 grind along the wall that raised out of the ground?
Yeah, and then I am currently floating just above it, which should be 25, and then I'll do that little trick one more time, because I only have one more blast of that in my cannon. For Scorching Rays again.
Okay. Come on, get some more natural 20s.
Not quite. It's a 19 on the first.
You launch into the air, you hit.
That is only a 13,
That one misses, unfortunately, slams into the ground next to it.
and then 27.
27. 2 of them still hit.
We've got 6 fire damage
Okay.
and 10 fire damage.
Okay. Blasting off its skin, glancing, you can see it's not doing a crazy amount of damage, but it is certainly hurting it.
I will go 10 more feet just behind the wall, hovering right below it.
Okay, so you're hiding behind the wall. I'm assuming you've worked out how
Yes.
far that would be.
Yes.
Cool. Then you would have half cover? Are you aiming for? 3/4?
I'm aiming for full cover if I can.
Full cover. Okay.
I'm
Because you
only-
said
I'm
just
on-
below, so yeah.
Yeah,
You-
I'm
with
only
your
3
hand,
feet
you
tall.
implied you were peeking over the top.
Yeah.
So I was just, I was just confirming. I was just confirming. Wonderful. You hide behind the wall.
I use your cover against you for now.
Okay. I did forget to do a thing, but that's my B because I forgot to do it on initiative 20. So, oh well. Niffy, your turn.
As a bonus action, I'm going to cast Zephyr Strike.
Nice.
Okay.
Move to there.
Wonderful. You whoosh out of the way, and the wind blasts back this beast, so it cannot opportunity attack. Almost
Hello.
combine the two into opportune attack.
Opportunity attack. Then yeah, shoot with gun.
Okay.
Are you also Are you going to get your bonus from Pumpkin as well?
No, infuse is when another creature within 30 feet of the Drake.
You're another
Oh
creature.
yeah, so that would be me, wouldn't it?
Yeah, any of us.
Is that a
That's why I was
passive
asking.
thing or is that a bonus or a
It's
reaction?
A reaction, I
It's
believe.
Reaction.
Pumpkin's reaction,
Yeah.
Wonderful.
not Purdy's.
Who's 30?
Great question.
Who are you, Party?
Beth, because she just rolled a natural 20.
Oh, hell yeah!
That's the 5th natural 20?
We've been building them up.
1, 2,
And
Yeah.
3,
puzzles.
4.
It's my first one. I've been rolling.
Well, I
meh
rolled
most
1,
of the
Rowan
time.
rolled 2, you
Oh.
rolled 1. So
Counting
5.
you as well, yes.
Dang.
I forgot because it got
Fucking
negated.
doing it this
Yeah,
time.
mine doesn't count. I just have to do it on someone else.
When we don't fight
Yes.
for a while, they just like start simmering in the dice, I think.
Or you just start lying, I don't know.
Yeah, well,
Oh yeah, totally. That's what
Yeah.
we love to do.
So the proportion that every single roll was a natural 20 this session. It's just crazy.
you know what? Wow, nat 20. That was a 3, actually.
You'd roll a 1.
I honestly think that if we were gonna lie about our dice rolls, it would be really obvious because I don't think any of us would be able to convincingly do like the timing on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if we were to still roll a physical dice, I feel like I'd fuck it up and it would be really obvious.
Oh, it's a natural 20.
I will not comment as to whether or not your GM lies about rolls every now and again.
We know because you look down, you go, ooh, 5.
yeah. My great acting are just roll. It was a 3. And you're like, that math doesn't work, and I'm like, it does today. Or you all think that math doesn't work, but I'm not going to complain.
Yep. The GM is making that face. I don't want to know what the truth is.
Just roll 3 d20 and they're all natural 20s. Just like, oh.
Quickly do the math in your head for the damage. Like, oh god, that kills them like twice over. Oh fuck.
Instant death, downed.
Oh my god, it kills them so hard that their family members die too. Holy shit. Ooh.
It is the most, Purdy can't lie about her rolls. It is the most Purdy thing that she stores the dice in the dice tray rather than using the dice tray to roll the dice.
I've got my cup to roll with.
Yeah?
So they live in the dice tray. I roll in the cup.
We can only roll one at a
The
time.
cup has to be so dangerous because there's the big opening that you're supposed to drink from, and then the smaller opening the dice are meant to go in. Haven't you?
So no, it's supposed to have a can in it. The amount of times I have dropped a dice in here when there's not been a can in it, has been, you don't just put your drink in and then you drop your dice into your drink. The can holder.
You know what? Dropping your dice in your drink would not be my concern. My concern would be not paying attention and pouring the drink into the dice roller. It just...
It's more. So when my dice gets stuck down there, I have to tip it or shake it, and if I've got drink in that, I can
It's
just
almost as though a drinks holder and a dice roller were not really things that were supposed to go together, but you know.
I love it. I still use it.
We know.
Oh my lord. 49 altogether then.
Cool. Was that including the D8 from Zephyr Strike? Because you
Including D8 from Zephyr, D6.
Did you
from-
give yourself advantage on that weapon attack?
No.
She got in that 20.
Then you don't get the D8 extra.
Why?
Once per turn, or once whilst the spell is up, you can give yourself advantage on a weapon attack, and that weapon attack gets an extra D8.
Well, she might have been intending to and then just not rolled the second one because she got the nat 20.
Yeah, I just didn't see the point. I rolled it.
I mean, I don't believe you, but fine, roll the extra D8.
I absolutely like. If you see the nat 20, you're not going to roll again.
Yeah.
But I know that she wasn't intending on giving herself advantage.
So I can add the D8 onto it.
You had already done so when you said you're 49.
Yeah.
There's this... As the bullet goes flying through its side, ripping through its torso, coming out the other side, it is still standing and going in your minds, but it's, yeah. Anything else? I'm not sure
That's
there's much
me
else you can do, to be
done,
honest.
and I'm pretty sure that means that Pumpkin can't do anything because I've not commanded them to.
You use your bonus.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So I think they can dodge Purdy.
Yes, I think they can take the dodge action, which means that
They'll be harder to hit.
disadvantages. Yeah, disadvantage on the next.
Disadvantage to hit.
It is the Thingamadoodle's turn, who is going
The Thingamadoodle?
to do multiple things. And which one is it going to do what to? Yes, it'll do that. It is going to look down at... Oh, are you the correct one for this? Well, let's hope. Look down at you, Ozzy, could you please make a wisdom saving throw as it stares into your, well, I was going to say soul. A bit questionable as to whether or not you have one of those, but
If
into
this
the
is a
empty
save
gap.
for charming, or frightening, you have advantage because you're within 30 feet of me.
I don't need it.
Okay.
I got a natural 20.
6 natural 20s. And we've only 3 rounds in? Okay, well that one doesn't work. Just going to punch you in the face instead.
Looks at him real hard. Doesn't do anything.
Yeah. Well, it would if it didn't roll a 12. So that one misses. It's then going to try and do its range on Niffy.
Back off.
That is going to be a 18.
Totally doesn't hit.
Okay, wonderful. It hits. It's going to be 21 psychic damage as you feel it infesting into your mind, your truest of nightmares coming to the forefront of your brain. Could you please make me an intelligence save?
3. I mean, totally natural 20.
I'm convinced.
3. Oof. For the next 10 rounds, or 1 minute, you cannot use Zephyr Strike.
Fuck's sake.
It infests into your mind and you can feel it like blocking parts of your brain. You just can't quite remember how to do that.
You don't even know what Zephyr Strike is anymore.
You'll need to roll your concentration check as well, Paddy, because you're still concentrating on Zephyr Strike.
3.
True.
19.
Yeah, you're good. You're
Yeah,
still
so
concentrating on the thing
Yeah.
that you don't know how to use.
I don't even know what it is.
You just know that you're a little speedier right now.
Yeah.
And it's going to stay where it is. Ozzy!
It's me.
Taking all of these punches to the chin and not taking as much damage as one would if they weren't Ozzy.
That's what I've got so far.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
No, I will bonus action running out of these. But I will. Will I do that? Yes, I will do that. I will salve Nevy's soul. No, not Nevy. Niffy. Christ. I will salve
never
Niffy's
called
soul.
neither Neve, but hey ho.
It's a mixture of the two.
Purdy, you heal 11 HP. For my action, I will try and do the same thing again with the battle axe.
Sure.
So, first of all, does it hit? That is a 3, which turns into an 11 with a +8, which I'm going to assume doesn't hit.
It does.
So I will use my second channel divinity.
You really just chose everything to just be like, and I know it's all part of the code, but I know it's just like, if I don't hit, I can just like, can I just say I do?
A few times.
In some instances, for some things.
Yeah.
And not very often, yeah. Especially not if I'm helping all the rest of them out as well.
It's not an 11, it's
So that is now 21 to hit.
Yeah.
That's my second channel divinity of 2.
I can't imagine Joe hasn't worked out the AC by now.
It's like 18 or something.
I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, it's like 18ish. 19
I
hit.
think it's 19. Yeah, 18.
We've had a 17 miss, I think. So I will first of all I will attempt to push it over with the battle mastery for topple. So a con save, please. Yeah.
You seem confident. Yeah, okay, that's a 25.
Yeah, he's fine. And I will make it a
Planted.
goading attack again. So a wisdom save, please.
Hey, look over here.
Hey, you actually might get one of these across. That's a 10.
A 10. He's got
I rolled
disadvantage to
Yay!
hit anyone except me until the
Okay.
end of my next turn.
If I have to, I guess.
I did it. I'm the tank.
Oh boy, I'm the tank. Gosh.
Oh yeah, I guess Goofy is more the tank, isn't he? I don't have a good Goofy voice though, so you stuck with Mickey.
Gosh.
That was
Well,
a good Mickey.
It wasn't quite my Mickey.
Gosh, I'm the tank, Nick.
I think you're taking the Mickey.
So now damage. So it's these. I will not forget my d6 this time. 21 radiant damage.
Yes, as it slices through.
I think that's it for now.
Okay.
I'm so glad that if I'm doing Guided Strike on myself, it doesn't take a reaction.
At initiative count 20.
Don't you dare move this fucking wall.
Not what I was going to do. Tempting though it is, that would mean that it deems you as a threat. What it is going to do...
Okay, wow.
You
didn't have to be fucking rude like that. I got 2 nat 20s on it, okay? I am a threat!
I am a threat! Ozzy,
Hello.
could you please make an intelligence saving throw?
Got no brain, he can't.
Oh, then he automatically fails.
That's true. You can't target my brain. It decayed ages ago.
It just targets it, it's just everywhere.
I got 11.
You're a bit of a scatterbrain. Also, you're paralyzed for the round.
Oh, fuck.
Sure.
That's bad.
Your mind is invaded with the image of this fang, and you are paralyzed. And you are seeing vivid dreams. I don't know if Ozzy has dreamt much as of recent, but you're dreaming now.
Ozzy can't sleep, so no.
Yeah, well, there you go. Weird. We can discuss at some point whether or not you know what those dreams were. Pesto, it is your turn.
It certainly is, isn't it?
Yep.
Got anything that cures paralysis? Maybe a lesser restoration or something?
I do not, unfortunately. Also, would lesser restoration cure paralysis?
I don't know. One of the restorations does.
Yeah, I hope so.
I'm pretty sure lesser is, like, almost useless outside of RP.
For all of our listeners who would like to get use out of a very useful spell, lesser restoration, don't like the slander that Rowan just said. Lesser restoration cures blinded, deafened, paralyzed, and poisoned.
Oh, okay.
But you don't have it, so.
True, I do not.
But if you did, oh boy, would you use it? Maybe.
Well, I have an idea, but it would kind of leave Niffy in the fucking dust.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't really want to do that. But I also don't know how else to help our dear bony boy.
Bony boy.
Now you got to pick who's more important.
Oh my.
Well, you still have your faculties about, so...
Do I though? Does she ever?
As much as you ever do. So, my hoverboard, right next to the wall.
Yeah.
Little platform. It doesn't move unless I tell it to. I'm gonna climb up the wall 5 feet to be on top of the wall.
Okay.
So I don't have to use a bonus action to have it move. Then I am going to cast Vortex Warp on Ozzy.
Okay.
Remember, I can't be crit.
I know, but you haven't healed and you got like pretty fucked up from one of the attacks hitting.
That is true.
I'm going to teleport Ozzy just right there. That's going to suck for after you're not paralyzed anymore, but...
And
then,
obviously, no opportunity attacks come from that.
And then I'm going...
For the podcast, it's the other side of the wall.
Yes. I'm going to have my toys sick them as my bonus action.
Kick 'em, boys.
Alright. The list. First, Lem the sheep. 21 to hit.
It's
Basil the dragon. 23 to hit.
okay.
Pine Nut the woodpecker. 9 plus 13.
22.
Huh? Yeah, that one. 22 to hit. Jesus Christ.
They'll hit, and you're boring.
Okay. Wow.
How dare you?
So
My precious sweet nightmare boy.
4, 4, 5,
Oh, come on.
13 magical bludgeoning damage.
Okay, just stop pounding it in the back.
Get him in the ankles! And then I'm gonna climb off the wall back onto my hoverboard and take full cover again.
Wonder why it's not intimidated by you.
Bye!
Niffy.
I'm sorry, Niffy. Get the fuck out of there, dude.
Yeah. Just gonna shoot.
I'm not starter.
24.
Hits.
14 damage.
You seem unconfident, but sure. You fire off your gun. Another bullet goes flying through it.
I can get there. But before I move, I will tell Pumpkin to follow.
Yeah, sure. You just run around behind the door, behind the wall.
Yeah, and before I go, I'll tell Pumpkin to move as my bonus action.
Okay. Where's Pumpkin moving?
Near us. Just basically follow.
Opportunity attack as soon as he moves away.
Yeah, there.
It's going to be a 21 to hit.
Hits.
Yeah. It's going to take 15 bludgeoning damage.
Yep.
And then 9 psychic damage. So that would be 24 damage in total. As Pumpkin starts to scutter away and just gets punched down into. It is its turn. You're going to love this one. I reckon I'm going to get the most reaction. out of you, Rowan. Usually is. It starts moving forwards. 5, 10, 15, and as it moves over to the wall moves out of the way to make space for it.
Of course it's fucking
And stands here between all of you as the wall seals up behind it again. Standing between all of you next to Ozzy and Niffy.
3 attacks
Further away.
of opportunity.
Yes.
And also, fuck you.
Judy, let me finish my cool bit and then you can do your cool bit.
No!
Let me have my moment.
No! Basil misses. But Lem has a 25 and Pine Nut had a 24. One less.
2 hits.
5 more magical bludgeon.
Punch in the butt as he runs away, or should I say runs towards? Whatever. When he gets here, is going to make an attack on Ozzy. Now, there was disadvantage from something, but I don't remember what it was. Someone put disadvantage on the attack.
Disadvantage to... Oh, sorry. It was disadvantage to attack targets other than me until the end of my next turn.
Wonderful.
So it should have been disadvantage on that attack against Pumpkin.
Yes. What did I say the other one was? It was 21. That's 22. That is higher. So it still would have hit. And now it is going to attack Ozzy, and it's going to have advantage, but can't do the crit that it would be. I assume. I mean, I assume your can't be critted is...
Yes, I am just immune to
paralysis.
crits.
Yeah. Well, because in some cases, potentially paralysis would...
Yeah, no, it's just a passive thing.
It's
It's because of my armor, not because of me.
Yes. And that is going to be a 24 to hit.
I hit.
It does indeed. Punches into you, Ozzy. You're going to take...
I don't get me reactions or anything, I don't think.
13 bludgeoning, you do not. And 8 psychic. So that's 21 in total. Punches into you. It is then going to... Yeah, because it's going to be ranged. It's going to use its, what is called, Mind Leech on you, Pesto. Which won't have advantage. Was it, remind me, all attacks because of the goading, or just the next one?
All attacks, but it will still redirect to me. Because this was your ranged thing, right?
I am more than 10 feet above you.
Oh, then it won't. Sorry, I'm looking at the map for the being.
But it's still going to have disadvantage.
Yes.
I rolled basically the same number twice. So I'll use the lower one. 26.
Hey, that works out well. It's the downside, the actual downside of the curse coming to bite me. Well, I don't want it to redirect stuff.
But it's not going to redirect this.
Yes, no, I know. But it would have had it been...
Oh, I see, I got you.
This thing is 10 feet tall, right? So it's within 10 feet of me.
How high are you?
I'm
15.
just below the top of the wall, yeah. 15.
So you'll be... Well, if you're 5 foot tall and you're using it as cover, then you'll actually be 10 feet in the air. So you're standing at its head height, which means, yes, it's within like 10 feet. The maximum.
Just making sure, because I will have a reaction after you do damage to me.
Sure. You're going to take 20 psychic damage, and please make an intelligence saving throw.
18.
18? You're perfectly fine. You do not lose your vortex warp.
Cool, and I did do my strength save to make sure I don't fall off my hoverboard.
Which is good.
I only needed to get a 10, but I rolled an
11. Only just. You were like, hey, whoa, just using the wall.
But as I grab hold of the hoverboard again, all of me will start glowing a shiny orange color and telekinetically blast back at this thing.
Hey.
So I need it to make a DC 15 strength.
Wait, 16, unfortunately for you.
Bang. You still take 6 force damage.
Force?
Yep.
Wonderful. You blast back at it. It's still screaming in your minds.
Where are we in the initiative right now, Alex?
It is its turn, and it has just done an attack. It has not technically ended its turn. This is a reaction.
Whereabouts does the paralysis end?
So it's for 1 round, but it's a lair action that starts at initiative count 20.
Cool. So am I still paralyzed?
You will still be paralyzed because 20 is before any of you. So it's after Ozzy, before Pesto is when 20 rings. Is it going to do anything else? It's moved, it's attacked. Yeah, it would be Ozzy's turn, but you are paralyzed. So now you can do. But at the end of that, the paralysis wears away as we go around, and we hit 20, so therefore I get to do things. Who am I scared of here? You know what? I'm going to be mean because I think Joe will appreciate it. Ozzy, can you make another intelligence saving throw, please?
Yeah, probably. That is better. That is a 16.
16. You do indeed save.
Woo!
The paralysis tries to creep back in, but you are perfectly fine. You do not get paralyzed. Pesto, it is your turn.
I am going to cast Catapult. At
And are you eating yourself out of the situation? Or
mechanically it can grab an object of a heavier weight when I cast it at a higher level. Thematically, I'm just going to grab 2 pebbles from the ground to fling at it.
is there a range of how far away they?
It's
Obviously you
I think
are.
it's a save.
Yeah, it is a save for you. I can grab them within 60 feet, and they can fling up to 90 feet.
Oh, fine. What save am I making? Dex,
Dex
I
save.
assume.
Yes.
19.
Yeah, that sucks. And Catapult's one of those stupid fucking spells where you don't get anything when it misses.
You fling it, but with all the distractions and paralyses that have been going on, they just into the distance.
It's rolling high on all saves.
Not everything, but I have been doing pretty well.
It might just have very high bonuses.
For some things.
Really?
Not to dexterity. That was just a good roll.
I will hoverboard move back down behind Ozzy.
Okay. You stay within its range. That's fine. Niffy?
Fuck.
I mean, you can try and do that as an action, but it doesn't seem very appropriate.
Fuck it, yeah, let's do it. No, it's not that fucked up right now. She will try and throw out her grasping tattoo thing.
Coiling grasp
tentacles.
tattoo.
Yeah.
For a creature you can see within 50 feet of you, it needs a strength saving throw or take some damage and be grappled. So you fling that out. Have you used it before? And if you have, do you remember what you said it looked like?
I have used it before. I do not remember what I said it looked like.
What does it look like this time?
Purple lightning.
Purple lightning comes.
Which I had a feeling it looked like that maybe last time.
Maybe. It looks kind of like a witch bolt as it comes crackling out. It makes a strength saving throw. A weird roll. 19, I'm afraid. Oh, and that's just that or nothing, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Afraid you put out this lightning and it just seems to phase through it as though it were a dream. I do apologize.
No, you don't.
I know I do, because that's quite a cool one. You haven't used it very often. I do like a coiling grasp tattoo.
Yeah.
You're a little biased.
Anything else? What, because I've got tattoos?
No, because you had it with
Oh, Danis.
No, she'll just instruct Pumpkin to come round and bite.
Okay. Pumpkin wanders around. Roll the hit. Get snappy with it.
That'll be a 6, and that definitely hits. So it's gonna be like 312 damage.
Cool. Unfortunately, it has 313 health, so it doesn't kill it.
We're only 1 hit point away!
You, yeah.
Just gotta hit it!
Pumpkin goes to bite it, and one of the pebbles that was just catapulted by Pesto goes flying past, and he just goes, "Hey!" and just like follows it.
I have some bad news. It's probably too late for us to do anything about it now, but it is something that we should keep in mind
When we remake
For-
our characters.
next time. No, is that Purdy has been shooting this thing, but that should have been targeting me because it doesn't differentiate between allies or not.
Only some of the time. A lot of those shots, you weren't within 10 feet of it.
Wait, what are we on
Was I
about?
not?
I think one of them you were at the beginning,
Yeah.
but then...
Just something for us to keep in mind for the
no, you
future.
were a little bit. Yes, I will remember that, because I didn't realise that it...
If you shoot someone within 10 feet of me, it will redirect to me.
Yeah, so
Oh, right, okay.
it is a curse.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's a curse.
Which is
It's
funny
a-
because one of those was a 49 damage. That would have been quite the
Yes.
shot on you.
that was why I started this with bad news.
Well.
But I don't remember when or which things we've kind of moved past.
Listen, we're just going to say that the laws of physics don't necessarily work in this pseudo-dream realm.
Sure.
Okay, we move on to its turn. It is going to... Is the goading over by now, I would assume?
Yes, it was until the end of my next turn.
Yep, that would make sense. So it is going to attack. We're going to punch Niffy.
Bitch.
19?
Hits, I think. Yeah, it does.
I believe it does. You are going to take 15 bludgeoning damage and 11 psychic damage. That is 26 in total as it slams into your chest, a couple of ribs breaking as it punches you.
I'm looking quite bad now.
It is then going to attempt to Mind Leech Pesto.
This will redirect to me because Pesto is
Will
now directly
indeed.
behind me.
That is a 17, so of course it indeed misses.
That will miss.
It'll stay where it is. Ozzy, it is your turn. You are not paralyzed this time.
Not paralyzed. I don't think we now have the time to set up the enlarged shield, which I was able to do before. Niffy, what's your AC?
17.
Pesto, what's yours?
18.
Okay, I am going to... Oh, but you said that you were looking quite unhealthy, didn't you?
Yep.
Very bad for me. Okay. I will hit it first. We'll try and do another goading attack as my last one.
Roll the hit.
That is a 10, making it an 18, which I can't remember if that hits or not. I think we'd established it was 19, yes?
An 18 does not hit.
Excellent. Because I have my...
What a weird reaction in D&D.
I have my... Where is it? Amulet of the Devout, which gives me 1 extra charge of Channel Divinity, which I will use.
Yep.
Guided Strike.
Okay.
To turn it into a 28.
Wonderful, it hits. What does it look like?
It will be... Wait, did it only have 1 HP? Am I killing it?
No, it did not only have 1 HP. That would be ridiculous. It only had 2 HP. And it has all the way through Pesto missing with the stones and the coiling grasp tattoo missing. Both of which I expected to kill it.
Missing.
And Pumpkin missing. All of those, it's had 2 HP the entire time.
Yay!
So when you were sitting there like, what am I going to do? I was like, just fucking punch it.
I will. So I've got battle axe, 1 hand, shield in the other. It will be a kind of a run forward kind of shield bash. Knock it over. Stab down with the bottom of the shield into the chest. And then using that as a bracing point. Big backswing on the battle axe to bring it straight down in the middle of the face. And kind of
on that killing strike, there's like a... As the real world comes back to you, you stand once again in front of the Veilbark, except you have a shield in the ground and...
Having killed Mr. Mumps.
I knew that fucker was behind the whole thing.
The shield is in the ground, and your mace has landed and smashed the stone that you obviously couldn't touch prior, this swirling stone, which is now shattered on the ground. This wisp of red just flutters out. As you are left with the silence of birds chirping, some people looking at you like, the fuck?
You know what? Fucking bucket did the trick, didn't it? No, I'm keeping it. I'm not giving it back to that guy. It's my souvenir.
I wanted to dig or put the hole back. I had dug the hole and not gotten a chance to refill it.
Yeah, you pat it back down. Your bodies are aching, your mind, splitting headaches. The rock lays crushed. You fill in the 2 holes that you made, the bucket, which did have the bit of grass in it. And yeah.
This is Ithrin, isn't it, the town?
You are currently in Ithrin, yes.
Apparently Joe's typing.
Of course, I'm adding this to my list of trophies.
A bucket.
I've put trophies from Ithrin, and then I put the name of like the adventure. So demon stone that was killing kids and drawing swells. Old wooden bucket, magic bucket that transported us to a demon pocket realm. Super magical and awesome and cool, obviously.
Yeah, it was the bucket.
Oh. I had this quest down as Playthings of the Damned, but yours works too.
I won't remember what it was if I put Playthings of the Damned. I need to put it more literally of what happened.
You say the stone's gone?
The stone is
Yeah.
split into multiple pieces on the floor.
Yeah, I don't want that for my trophy. I want the bucket that made it happen.
I suppose we gotta go tell the lady that probably had something to do with it that we're finished.
I mean, I don't know how much time has passed, but that, like, pretty useless fucking priest fella was supposed to be going to get her. Or I think he might have had something to do with this whole thing, you know. He was very reluctant to lend any help. He was all like, oh, you're getting paid for this. And I was like, oh, we haven't been paid. And he was like, oh, well, the guild's getting paid. I was like, well, you know, we haven't been paid, but I thought best not to kind of like get into the minutiae of it.
I imagine we're probably not getting.
I mean, that fucking sucks.
Yeah. But without the captain here, I'm certainly not one to convince. And you're certainly not one to convince him. And Niffy's.
I mean, I can be pretty fucking, you know, convincing, and I'll bring up the edge of my axe to my head and do what you would imagine if I had like lips and a tongue would be like licking the edge of the blade, but it is in actual fact just my jaw kind of opening slightly, my head moving a little bit, and then closing and standing back to normal.
All right, just to be clear, we did this to save people in the town from dying, right?
What the fuck are you trying to do?
I thought we were here to do like getting paid jobs and stuff. Wasn't that why we stopped?
That's why we're going. We stopped to pick stuff up, and then we just like this shit started happening.
Oh, so like we shouldn't expect money for this then?
Not really.
I mean, it would have been nice, but I don't know how to.
I suppose we got that stuff from that like grave.
As far as they're concerned, they sent the money over.
Are we telling them that like that guild kind of fucked them up? Guild, quote unquote.
I was thinking about it, but then we'd have to like explain that we're not with that guild. That'd be like a different issue, and I'm not. I can try to explain our way out of it, but I don't think that's gonna. I don't think I can do it.
Oh, so we're like
We've done good. Let's just leave them.
we're helping them in like the single instance, but we're not going to help them help themselves in like the future. I can get behind that. Priest guy was pretty rude.
As you're having this conversation, you see in the distance the priest and deputy, that's the word I'm looking for, Deputy Mayor Tasman Larch walking like down the path. You can see them walking towards you. They'll be here in like a few seconds, but they obviously can't hear your conversation yet.
Assume the position, gang. No, not that position.
All right, then I'm gonna need to crouch down while you bend over and cough for me.
Okay.
Oh my lord!
This might be cold.
Is that your bones?
I will head to the front of the group to try and block these.
You can see before they get to you completely, Tasman obviously turns to, I can't remember the name of the churchman. It's somewhere here.
It's Churchman.
Oh, yes, I remember. It was Parson Tokjir Bearfighter.
Yeah, Bear Fighter. I have his name here somewhere.
You call him Talk. Call me Talk.
Talk Bear Fighter. And Tasman Larch.
She turns to him, obviously says something, and he just sort of like nods and stays back a little bit as she wanders over to the three of you and sees sort of the broken rock on the ground, sees the three of you standing there, and just looks like, let's walk.
Niffy, you were in front of us all. What say you?
Niffy's already following her.
Okay.
She's not leading. She's waiting for you to. She gestures down the road, sort of away from the larger crowds, which are generally building.
Niffy will head that way then.
Yeah, she walks alongside. Since you take the initiative, she sort of comes up alongside you and says, "So, I got a little bit of information from Talk, but what was the problem?"
Basically, there was a stone buried, and
yeah, he said that, but I don't quite understand how this is the problem. And is it solved?
Yeah.
Fucking stone had a demon in it.
Well, I can see why that would be a problem.
Can I make an insight check?
Sure. Which bit are you inciting?
I want to insight her confusion at the situation. I want to see if it seems like she knows more than she's letting on.
Sure.
That is a 16.
16?
Yes.
Yeah, you cut out slightly. She seems very sincere, as she says, as you sort of like explain the details a little more. She says, "By Sylvanas, what in the actual fuck? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm glad it's, well, supposedly sorted, but fucking gods, that's insane."
Yep.
And, well, I mean, I guess we don't know if it's sorted, but I'm just going to go by your assumptions that it is sorted, at least hope for now. Well, I guess I can always call you back if it's not.
What are the odds of there being 2 demonic stones buried around your town?
That is sort of what I'm going by. And this is when you're walking. You've got away from the crowds a little bit. It's a little bit more silent. She stops the walk now that there's not really any people around, and turns to just you as a group. But I think turning to Niffy again because she kind of led the charge. She says, "Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I contacted Borton, and things got awkward really fast because he said he didn't send anyone else. So effectively, I know you've lied to me, but." Before you say anything,
Hand on axe.
you'll be glad to know I hadn't at that point actually given any of your details, so they won't likely have any idea they're looking for. And let's be real, I can't really be mad about any of this, because you've solved the problem. And Borton's man didn't, so wherever the fuck he is.
He's dead.
Oh,
He's probably the one that planted it.
he planted it.
Mm-hmm.
Pull out the journal.
She takes it off you and has a read. I mean,
Don't have a lot to piece it together, but
birds and
like he
stuff.
did it.
Well, I mean, it's not 100% damning, but I'm not too dumb to understand that this most likely is, that'll probably say Veilbark, and
I'd probably avoid dealings with the Krakens.
yeah, well, I'll deal with that. That's basically part of my job. But between us, how about this? I pay you. You give me any of the proof that you have that they're trying to fuck with us. This journal, other things. And you move on real fast. And I just happen to forget what you look like. Now, obviously, I can't guarantee that everyone in this town of 1,000 people is going to keep that secrecy for you. But considering how much you've helped us, if this is solved, it shouldn't be that hard to convince everyone to keep their traps shut. Now, my agreement with Bolton was 9,000 gold pieces, and I gave half to Scorn when he got here. Well, that means I only have another 4,500 to give to you, wherever that other half is. But before we say anything, can I just plead a case slightly? You have every right to ask for that 4,500 gold. You saved us, that's the deal, but truthfully, it would mean so much if you did leave some of it behind. I mean, we're not a rich town, and that's fine, but we support each other and make sure everyone has what they need. You might know, no one here sells their fish individually. It all goes in together and it's sold together, and the profits are spread across the town, which means that no one gets more than anyone else. But what that means is every copper counts, and with everything that's been going on, fish sales have been worse, and our money would go a long way to put foods in mouths. Plus, it would be great if we could afford to pay for a funeral for Mrs. Angler's boy. Again, I can't force it. If you ask for that 4,500, I'll give it to you, but, I've pleaded my case.
What do you think, gang?
Yeah, I mean, like, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, what's left is better than nothing.
What you can pay us?
Whatever you're comfortable with.
Well, it's really...
Oh, no, I meant the full amount, but, like...
No, you can pay us what is left.
I feel bad you walking away with nothing, so...
Pay us what is left, and we'll leave it at that.
Pay you what's left, so all of it.
Hold on, let me check our logs.
How about, like, the ship wasn't really involved in this, so how about we leave whatever the ship's cut would have been, and, if there's 4,500, that probably would have been that half. How about we leave the 500, if we have to leave something? Captain would probably tell us to leave something, but, not all of it.
Yeah, well, Captain's not here, is he?
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, first mate, I say, I put it to you. We leave that 500, as the captain would have wanted, and then the rest is owed to us.
Our ship's fund would do fine with another 2,000.
We'll go 2 then.
No, because we need to get paid as well.
Pretending like you haven't already stolen the 4,500 that was paid.
We liberated it from a corpse's pocket. That's different.
Yeah.
That's nautical finding. It's salvage.
2,000 will do.
These are good people. 2,000 is good.
Yeah, listen.
Yeah, but we don't then get any of that.
2,000 will do.
2,000 each.
2,000 will do for all
Right.
of us.
We'll call it a 3,000 then.
You know what? fuck it. She will just put her back to Ozzy and be like, 2,000 is fine.
3,000's
One
fine.
of you. Please ignore my colleague here.
3,000. That's the price.
I don't want to be like, you know.
Don't worry about him.
Give her 2,000, then give me another 1,000.
No.
You can give me 2,000 and ignore this fuckwit.
Ozzy, I'll give you my cut. It's fine.
But you said we weren't taking a cut, and you said it was going to the ship.
Ozzy, shut the fuck up!
3,000's fine.
She's literally forgetting our faces. 2 grand will do.
Yeah, that's why 3,000's fine.
How am I the fucking high one of this group and I'm the only one that has a fucking working brain right now?
Oh no, I trust that she'll keep her word. We're being generous, leaving
I'm on your side, Niffy.
a good amount.
Right, this is not a democracy.
No, you're exactly right. I'm first mate. 3,000 will do.
Shut the fuck up.
No, this is a democracy because the two of
This
us
is-
are saying.
This is a democracy. We're agreeing that 2 grand is enough.
3,000 will do. I like it.
Ignoring him.
We're agreed. I'm in charge. 3,000.
He can't count. Don't worry about it.
I mean,
Waiting to see what you'll do.
you would just like stop and wait. Just
Yeah.
like hands a bag of gold. Well, looks in, scoops a chunk of money out of a bag, puts it in a different bag, and hands the bag over to Niffy.
Thank you.
Right.
Sorry for the trouble.
I mean, how much was that? It'll take a little while to count.
You have nothing to apologize for. As much as your situation is a little alien to me, I'll be honest, I don't quite understand what the implications of piracy and such are here, because it is illegal. I think technically we would be in trouble for helping or endorsing, but I have a feeling most likely the Kraken Guild will just claim the victory, put it on their stats, and call it quits.
Yeah, sure, they can take the victory.
Yeah, we're not bothered about them taking it.
No, I'd just like the 3,000 gold.
Shut the fuck up.
You sure do, buddy.
I don't know what your motivations are. It's evident that you, pointing at Ozzy, are not doing this for any kind of moral high ground, which is frankly disappointing, but I guess that's, I'm just used to a more kind and caring kind of community for this place. But
Can't afford to be kind and caring. I'm poor. That's why I need the money.
You know what, Ozzy? I will just give you all my fucking money.
All right, deal.
yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on in your life, but this emotionless husk thing, I'm sure, will get you in trouble at some other point, but hopefully that won't be in my town.
That'll be our
It
problem.
won't.
Pesto, you are always welcome here.
Oh, thanks.
I'm sure, everyone who does remember you, which will be most people, I've always loved your presence. It's nice to see you back here.
I like this town. It's good.
Niffy, you're also always welcome here. You've been lovely.
Thank you.
Your captain has been pleasant enough, wherever the hell
Yeah.
he's gone.
Oh, if you see him, you should tell him that we've headed upriver to where we were going.
Yeah, wonderful. Ozzy, I think it'll be best if this is the last you've ever seen of this town.
Oh, is that a threat? That lacks out.
Oh, no.
I think the fact that you take that as a threat says far more about your personality than it does about any of these situations.
I mean, I'm not
So-
harbouring a psychopath like that Mumps fella.
Your obsession with Mumps being a psychopath when he's a sweet old man that's been here for a very long time and out the community more than probably anyone else other than the Path Wardens is confusing to me. Your general attitude towards everything is confusing to me, but as has been shown and is fairly obvious, you are bigger, stronger, and most certainly more deadly than anyone else in this town, so I couldn't stop anything that you shut up if I tried. So please, just avoid the town. That's me requesting you don't come back. If you do, you do. What are we going to do about it? Nothing. So there you go.
We're working on him.
Enjoy your poor life. And Pesto, I do hope to see you again. And Judith.
Maybe one day.
turns around and walks off.
All right, back to the ship.
Back to the ship.
Wait, how much money have you got on you?
We'll count it when we get back to the ship.
Yes, I don't want you to go dick on the deal. But okay.
You want about me?
Yes.
I've got no fucking money on me.
I don't know if I believe
Ooh.
you still got some money.
Back to the ship.
You wander over back to the ship, get on board, and I'm sure start heading upriver. It has been by this point fully filled up with supplies, as was promised, and a few people say obviously their goodbyes to Pesto as you stay off. It's only middle afternoon, so are you going to set off straight away, or just like hang out on the ship for a bit?
We'll probably stay the night.
So you
Just in case
chill?
Captain comes back.
Do you count the money?
Yes.
I imagine. Oh,
Well, we need to know how much it is anyway. For
Yeah.
you don't
No,
know.
I know,
whatever.
but like I was going to say, who's counting the money? Because
I'm happy to. I don't care who counts it.
it was
I
more
will.
because I would have thought that Niffy and Pesto would have opinions as to letting Ozzy go
Oh
anywhere
yeah,
near the
no.
money.
Niffy would let Pesto count, and only Pesto.
I'll
Sure.
take it to my workshop and ledger it all. And...
Do you want me to tell you how much is in there, and then
Yes.
you relay how much is to
sure.
everyone else? Fine, then I shall message you.
Because you also said that you were giving me your cut.
I've sent you the amount that was in there.
All right. Yeah, you're not getting my cut.
How rude. Ozzy would have taken you at your word. How much money would you have had on you, Petty?
Probably about 10 gold.
But you haven't bought anything.
I don't always carry my money on me though.
Where do you put it?
I leave it on the fucking ship.
Yeah, we always carry all of our money.
How much do we want to keep in the ship gold pool? You were saying I will divvy out 1,500 gold to everyone.
We'll work out the stuff in the week. More importantly, my final line down here as we end up the session. So everybody levels up.
Yay!
Yes!
Well, then you rest up the rest of the day before obviously planning to spend the night. And like I said, that'll be where we end up the session. A very successful and slightly morally grey from some parties ending.
Our first guild mission that we stole from the guild. Kind
He's
of.
been a skeleton pirate a very long time.
He needs a lot of therapy.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Magic Myths and Mayhem. Thank you to Dark Fantasy Studio and Nicolas Judy and Ovani for the use of their music in this episode. And a big thanks to you for listening. If you want to hear more behind the scenes content, alongside extra art and lore, please consider joining our Patreon by searching Magic Myths and Mayhem on patreon.com, or watch our extra content and games on twitch.com. For now, thank you for being here, and we look forward to seeing you next time. I'll see you then.
In universe, do you think that the way that there's like marriage counselors, there's like adventure group counselors?
Okay, so if we again sort of like step out into a bit of a meta thing, so obviously we know the Adventurers Guild, far too many guilds, far too many adventurers in the world, and there's a lot of adventuring groups. So in a world that is plagued by capitalistic expectations, there's going to be some people making money off. Now, it wouldn't be like therapy group sessions, but it would be like adventuring party team building.
Yeah, team building exercises. Yeah,
that you can go in as a team, and they'll make sure you're emboldened and working better together and that kind of stuff. There's 100% that's going to exist.
That's funny.
This ex-adventurer learned the secret to exorcising their demons. Take their course and find out how.
Exactly. And there's going to be a couple of ex-adventurers, heavy quotes, who sell their books for really expensive on how to be a good adventurer.
Want to learn how to train adventurers yourself? Go on this course and find out how.
Exactly, and it doesn't come up, but there's also like a celebrity culture of the top tier adventurers who don't really do much anymore, but they're like basically paid to be on what's the word, on call?
On retainer.
On
retainer.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'll cast a wish. Whatever.
I wish this problem would go away.
Well, that was essentially what happened with my backstory last campaign.
Yeah,
is that there was a lazily worded wish.
Yeah, we did go into in depth in that in the talks.
Yeah,
I think that effectively the reason. Oh my god, I forgot his name. Cromwell is because of a badly worded wish.
That's very funny.
Yeah, and a lazy adventuring party, as it were.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Well, damn.
Right.
bye.
Quick, someone say something to go after the credits.
I do a 360 point ollie 500 max off the back of the fiend.
We can all tell that Rowan's definitely skateboarded in their life.
Yeah.
This is my contribution.
Oh.
We've been sued, right?
You can't copyright Chicka Chicka, can you?